Hello, I am your host Cole Cyber, and you are watching Cybertongue News. We are here with creationist bloodhive versus the evolutionist part 2. But before we get started, here are the Cybertongue News. Some claim that the new Arizona migrant law is really a Trojan horse to draw attention from the real problem, which is frivolous government spending. The scapegoats seem to be the migrant workers, but the news continue to demonize them. More and more people are going to prison, and who is to say these are not FEMA camps? This country is running out of money, but we have plenty of it when it comes to building more prisons, instead of educating and rehabilitating the criminals. America leads the world in incarcerations, both in terms of the total number of people it puts inside, and in the proportion of its citizens that end up behind bars. China lies comfortably ahead of Russia in third place, though a far smaller percentage of China's population ends up in the prison. Though India is in fifth place overall, just 33 people in every 100,000 are thrown in the jail. There are many inmates who are mentally ill and need psychiatric intervention rather than prison. American prisons and jails held 2,299,116 inmates as of June 30, 2007. 1 in every 31 American adults, or 7.3 million Americans, are in prison, parole or probation. Prisons in the United States are overcrowded. For example, California's 33 prisons have a total capacity of 100,000, but they hold 170,000 inmates. 70% of prisoners in the United States are non-whites. In recent decades, the U.S. has experienced a surge in its prison population, quadrupling since 1980, partially as a result of mandated sentences. Prisons in the United States are overcrowded. For example, California's 33 prisons have a total capacity of 100,000, but they hold 170,000 inmates. One must remember, though, that statistics do not tell the entire story. Many underdeveloped or authoritarian countries may release intentionally low statistics or may have inadequate measures to fully account for all prisoners. As well, the incarceration rate does not equate with the punishment rate. Many other countries may practice corporal punishment. Good day, bloodhive.
Good day to you, sir, Cold Cyber, and friends and subscribers. I want to thank you for supporting the Bloodhive channel. I want to touch on this prison matter. Why is there a need to develop programs and provide services to help non-custodial parents who have recently been released from prison? Quite often, low-income non-custodial parents are released from prison with no assets or savings and without the job skills necessary to secure employment. At the same time, they are expected to resume their child support payments immediately upon release from prison. Without help, many of these parents are unable to find jobs and therefore unable to help support their families. Obligors are unable to pay child support. They may be forced to return to prison. The plight of non-custodial parents is particularly pressing because of their sheer number. According to the Federal Bureau of Justice Statistics, an estimated 1.7 million children in the United States have an imprisoned father, and the number continues to increase. According to some estimates, the combined number of children with parents in prisons on parole and on probation is close to 5 million. Although some of these fathers will remain in prison throughout their children's lives, others can play a meaningful role in their children's economic and emotional well-being. This is very hypocritical on the government's behalf because they appear to care about the family unit, creating laws to protect the children, but allow abortionists to take millions of children's lives. Child support is a multi-million-dollar industry. The driving motive that is behind child support is the almighty dollar.
Bloodhive, let's get back to the subject at hand. Even though the prison issue is a very relevant subject, call into the Cybertongue News if you have a question concerning Darwin's theory of evolution, and Bloodhive will debate this subject. Hello, we have the director of the Darwin Society on the line. What is your question, sir?
Darwin shows how evolution happens, one snippet of DNA at a time. What is your opinion on the subject, Mr. Bloodhive?
Today's theory of descent with modification depends on mutations to DNA strands. That assumes that the existence of DNA, which is astronomically complex, there are at least 6 billion bits of information stored in a typical DNA strand. DNA supplies the complete blueprints for creating a biological creature at the molecular level. The RNA provides the interpretation and construction operations. Would anyone like to calculate the probability of 6 billion bits of information lining up in the proper sequence by pure chance to describe a human in perfect molecular level, detailed, including the feature that makes all humans different and unique? The probability number would be something like 2 to the 6 billionth power. In other words, the information contained in the DNA RNA system of information storage may be as great as the information needed to create the entire universe, assuming the universe was put together as part of a plan. And we should recall that the origin of life, there was no DNA by which mutation and descent with modification could be controlled by DNA. So how did DNA come into existence? Did that first simple creature somehow magically acquire sufficient self-knowledge to analyze itself at the molecular level and then create its own DNA? People say we're monkeying around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
Okay, we have the Illuminati on the phone. What is your question, sir?
Bloodhive, you and your friends cannot stop the New World Order.
Our phoenix will zenith from the ashes of history. We are the real invaders hidden within the fabric of your fibers.
We will continue on our next program, Bloodhive versus Evolutionist. Thank you for watching Cybertongue News. I'm your host, Cole Cyber. Look me up on YouTube. Good day, old chap.